Right now at 5, a national bill is addressing workplace violence in the healthcare industry.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for watching News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. When doctors, nurses, and other healthcare workers get ready to see their patients, they also have to look after themselves. The healthcare industry has one of the highest rates of injury caused by workplace violence. News 8 Now's Dua Israr joins us live now in studio and explains how a new piece of legislation may help that effort. Hey, Dua.
Ken, Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin is introducing the Workplace Violence Prevention in Healthcare and Social Services Act. The bill hopes to create a safe workplace environment for healthcare workers. Nationwide, threats and violence against healthcare workers are on the rise. In 2020, healthcare workers were the victims of 76% of non-fatal injuries from workplace violence. The bipartisan legislation would require the Federal Occupational Safety and Health Administration to require healthcare employers to have a prevention plan.
Folks were ready to react if a patient or a client did become violent, or a family member.
The prevention plan could include additional security and ways to identify and flag clients with a history of violence. The bill is supported by roughly 30 members of Congress, including 3 House Republicans. Now, last month, a health care bill was signed into law by Governor Tony Evers, making threats against healthcare workers in Wisconsin a Class H felony. Ken?
All right, thanks very much, Dua. That bill has been referred to the Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. All right, well, on the weather side of things, if you drive by any riverfront right now, you will see high water levels. And Eric, that's what a lot of the riverfront communities are having to deal with.
That's right, Ken. And a lot of places right now under a flood warning, and we've been talking about this for the past several days until further notice, if you will. Take a look here at the latest on the Mississippi River in La Crosse. Current flood stage as of right now is sitting at 13.93 feet. So we're in the moderate flood stage area. We're going to go to 15 feet by the 21st, the 23rd, 15.7 feet, and that's where it's going to crest. Now, we'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes. But first, there's that advisory map. Like I said, pretty much if you live along the Mississippi River, you are under a flood warning until further notice, from Pepin County all the way down to Allamakee and Crawford County. Now, in terms of precip chances, the next several days, we will keep those precip chances in the forecast, especially tonight going into tomorrow. Friday and Saturday, we get a little bit of a break Sunday, and then Monday through Wednesday, we see the precip chances start to pick up yet again. Right now, we're seeing temperatures in the 30s and 40s. 43 is the current temperature in Decorah, 45 Winona, 41 Eau Claire, 38 Ladysmith, as well as Viroqua. Now, coming up in the first warn forecast, we're going to talk more about this flooding. I'll say this, that this is one for the record books, but not a good record. So we'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Eric, thanks very much.
You bet.
Back on the news side of things this evening, a man who stabbed and killed another man during a fight at Houska Park nearly 2 years ago is sentenced to prison. Judge Ramona Gonzalez sentenced David Pearson Jr. to 4.5 years in prison and 5 years of extended supervision. Now, Pearson has already spent nearly 2 years in jail, and that is subtracted from his prison time. He was charged with homicide by negligent handling of a dangerous weapon after stabbing Cameron Baker on June 28th of 2021. Judge Gonzalez said at the hearing today that she's taking into account a factor of self-defense in the sentencing, and Pearson said he wants to improve himself. The superintendent of La Crosse Schools says a new citizens committee can help the district plan for long-term success. Aaron Engel says the newly formed Facilities Advisory Committee is the district trying a new approach with the community after the previous model of focus groups and surveys led to the failed November 22 referendum. Now, for this new committee, the La Crosse School Board gave administration a list of potential candidates who were then invited to join. Engel says the roughly 25-person committee is full, and that list will be available tomorrow. He says the committee members will make recommendations to the school board using their diverse community viewpoints.
Organizations associated with the school district, organizations within the community, parents, community members, and we were thoughtful about choosing people that were vocally against the referendum. We want this process to be successful, and so we included viewpoints from both sides of that last issue to ensure that it represents all viewpoints in our community.
Now, the committee will meet monthly for the next 8 months. The first meeting is tomorrow from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Hogan Administrative Center. The public is welcome to attend, and they can provide written comments as well. Engel says the meetings will also be recorded and posted on the district website. Americans are struggling to make sense of the latest incidents of gun violence, shootings after the smallest provocation of a simple mistake. Nicole D'Antonio has the story, which began when a Missouri teenager showed up at the wrong house.
The man accused of shooting a teenager in the head made his first court appearance in Kansas City. 84-year-old Andrew Lester is charged with first-degree assault. Police say he shot Ralph Yarl when the 16-year-old went to the wrong house to pick up his brothers.
There's no justification for the use of force other than he observed a black boy on his porch.
Yarl is recovering at home, but in upstate New York, 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis died after she and her friends drove up the wrong driveway. The local sheriff says the landowner opened fire on their car and was arrested for second-degree murder. And in Texas, a 25-year-old man is accused of shooting and injuring two cheerleaders in a parking lot when one of them opened his car door thinking it was hers. Guns are now the leading cause of death among children and teens in the U.S., higher than car accidents. It's a statistic that gun safety advocates call a uniquely American problem.
We are heartbroken here at Brady to see the ongoing historic levels of gun violence.
Christian Heine is with the Brady nonprofit, which works to address gun violence. He says shootings over trivial provocations are a symptom of the nation's gun culture.
These latest shootings are indicative of the ramifications of a gun lobby doing everything they can to sell fear in order to sell guns.
Fear may have been a factor in the Kansas City shooting. Police say the suspect told them he was scared to death, thinking the teenager was breaking in. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
In other national news, the Supreme Court has extended their deadline to decide the fate of the abortion pill mifepristone. Justice Samuel Alito extended the stay to Friday, allowing more time to decide whether they should block a ruling from a federal judge in Texas. Judge Matthew Kaczmarek ruled that the FDA improperly approved the drug 23 years ago. An appeals court ruled that the approval should remain, but they added more restrictions, like requiring a doctor's visit before getting the medication. The Biden administration asked the justices to block the ruling and keep mifepristone on the market.
We are prepared for any outcome the Supreme Court may issue, and we are prepared for a long legal fight if necessary, and we will continue to support FDA's independent expert authority to review, approve, and regulate a wide range of prescription drugs.
Judge Kaczmarek, who issued the mifepristone ruling, is under scrutiny after the Washington Post found that he had removed his name from a controversial legal journal article during his confirmation process. He won that confirmation vote, putting him in a lifetime judicial position. Still ahead tonight at 5, community members in the town of Campbell are fighting to keep a convenient footbridge alive.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out, building the highest quality doors in a wide selection of styles. Get a ready-to-paint steel exterior door system for just $219.99 after rebate. Updating door handles are an easy way to show off your style. Quick-set handles and levers come in a variety of options across 6 finishes. Pick up this Juno entry combo for only $34.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Every piece of land has a story written by those who work it. Like the Caggianos, who are brewing their own legacy. Or the Upshaws, who DIY all the time. While the Nelsons play lead in their own adventure, 150 years in the making. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us and start telling yours.
Talk to the John Deere experts at Tractor Central to find out which equipment is just right for your property. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for spring bonus offers at your Northland Ford dealers, where you can save big on a Ford truck to make it all happen. Start the season off right with 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $3,500 in total savings on Ford F-150 XLT. It's showtime. Now for a limited time only, get 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $3,500 in total savings on Ford F-150 XLT. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
The future of a Town of Campbell footbridge is up in the air. The bridge, which connects the part of the town of Campbell over Interstate 90, could be torn down. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen joins us live in studio to explain why and who's fighting to keep it. Hey, Emily.
Ken, the Department of Transportation wants to fix up the I-90 bridge and transfer ownership to Campbell, but town supervisors say future repairs could cost the town $20 million that it doesn't have. Brett Banicki is a Campbell resident who takes the bridge several times a week. He says it's an important community connector that also keeps area kids safe. The alternate route is for pedestrians is a major main road.
The amount of semis going on those roads has picked up a lot, and it doesn't take much. You can't really put a price tag on a small child or any life. So.
Town Supervisor Mitch Bromer says a few years back the board originally voted to take the bridge on, but since then its funding needs have changed. When the town discovered PFAS contamination in its wells and the need for a municipal water system, most of the town's $1 million budget would go there. So if the town does maintain the bridge, Bromer says town property taxes would have to go up significantly. One option, Bromer says, though, is for the town to go to referendum. Ken?
All right, Emily Haugen reporting. Thanks very much. And the town plans to hold an informational session with the Department of Transportation in early May. We'll share the date of that meeting when it's officially set. And of course, we'll have more on the Campbell footbridge coming up at 6. Still ahead tonight at 5, though, Gunderson Health System is making a change to its mask policy, one that goes into effect next week.
And in the world of weather right now, we have mostly cloudy skies out there, but we have rain chances in the forecast and maybe even a wintry mix. We'll talk about that in the First Warn forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts. I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Luther High School, we are a powerhouse in culture and fulfilling the needs of each and every student through our Student Services program. We recognize the future needs all students, whether it's a four-year college, trades, or the trade school. Our on-site STEM program will offer welding and advanced woods program and allow stackable credits at technical colleges throughout Wisconsin. Luther High School, Christ-centered, encouraging and preparing students for life. Schedule your visit today. Go to lutherhigh.org or find us on Facebook at We Love Luther.
Hurry in for the Hy-Vee 12-hour sale this Thursday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Bone-in pork shoulder roast, just $1.28 a pound. Hy-Vee potato chips, just 99 cents. Armour lunch makers, just 79 cents. Sara Lee honey wheat bread, just $1.88. Hy-Vee cottage cheese, just 99 cents. And a Hy-Vee Chinese one entree meal, only $6. Don't miss the 12-hour sale this Thursday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. only at Hy-Vee.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Visit hometownchevy.com.
I've practiced personal injury law for 4 years.
For 20 years.
For 32 years.
All I do every day
is help injured people get the compensation that they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
A new study finds the severity of what's known as long COVID, now occurring in about 1/3 of survivors, depends on the initial illness. Naomi Ruckham spoke with a mom in Michigan who's dealt with the condition for several years already.
3 years since her initial COVID infection, Sarah Bursma still has lingering symptoms.
Sometimes things don't smell at all or taste at all, and sometimes there's things that I'm smelling that aren't even there.
The mom of 3 also has bouts of fatigue and is more prone to respiratory illness.
I just have to watch it and be very careful and treat myself a different way than I used to.
Researchers at the Northwestern Medicine Neuro COVID-19 Clinic followed 600 long haulers. They found symptoms differ depending on the severity of the patient's COVID infection and whether they were hospitalized.
We saw that those patients who were previously hospitalized with severe pneumonia perform worse in tasks of processing speed, attention, and working memory.
More than 80% of patients in the study experienced brain fog, 70% had headaches, and more than half lost their sense of taste and smell. Bursma trained and ran in the Chicago Marathon last year, but believes her long COVID is here for the long run.
Do you anticipate having symptoms for even longer?
I, at this point, feel like what I have is not going to go away.
Bursma says she's grateful to feel mostly back to herself and has a new perspective on her health. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
In the study, other long COVID symptoms included dizziness, insomnia, and depression or anxiety. The Biden administration wants to continue to offer free COVID-19 vaccines and treatments to the uninsured. The White House unveiled a $1.1 billion plan to continue its COVID program for the uninsured after the federal supply is exhausted. The two-part initiative would use pharmacies, local health departments, and federally supported health centers to deliver the care. At this point in time, not many people are getting vaccinated or boosted for COVID-19, and the rate is even lower among the uninsured. Health experts say educating the uninsured about the need for vaccination is important. Strep infections are surging this season, according to new analysis, and it's happening during an amoxicillin shortage. Epic Health Research Network looked at electronic health records from 100 million Americans from thousands of clinics and hospitals across the country, and they found cases of the infection were up 30% this February compared to the same time in 2017. Preliminary numbers for March show a continuation of that trend, and this season runs through April. And Gunderson Health System, closer to home, says masking for patients, visitors, and staff will be optional starting next Monday. The Gunderson release says masks will still be available at building entrances and registration desks. Anyone can still choose to wear a mask inside. The change comes as COVID vaccines are widely accessible and as community COVID transmission levels have remained very low. The health system says it will keep monitoring community levels and adjust their masking policy as needed. Meanwhile, on the weather front, I mean, Eric, you and I kind of commute from different sides of the area. I'm coming in on Copeland Avenue, and usually you're focused on the traffic, but I took a quick look over at the river, and it's significantly high. I mean, we are not mincing words when we're talking about how high these rivers are.
No, we're not. And one thing to note about this, Ken, is this has the potential, especially in La Crosse, to go into the major flood stage area, and we'll go ahead and talk about that coming up in just a couple seconds. Take a look here at the latest river levels at this hour. Mississippi River at Wabasha is sitting at 15.33 feet. You're projected to crest at 16.4 feet on Monday. Winona, 16.87 feet is your current. I mean, everybody's above flood stage, no matter how you slice and dice it. You're going to go to 18.6 feet by Tuesday. Trempealeau, you're sitting at 649.51 feet. You're projected to go to 650.8 feet, not inches, feet on Monday. And La Crosse, you're sitting at 13.94 feet. We're projected to crest here Sunday at 15.9 feet. Now, if we get to 15.9 feet on Sunday, which we will, this is only going to be the fourth time where this has happened. So we're sitting at 13.94 feet is where we are. Major flood stage is 15.5. We've only been there 3 other times. And that was 1965, April 22nd to be exact, at 17.89 feet. 2001 was 16.41 feet, then 15.7 feet back on April 20th in 1969. So this is only going to be the fourth time since we've been keeping records that this is going to happen. So this is something that we'll be keeping an eye on over the next several days. As for that flood warning, you can see the areas shaded in green. That flood warning is in effect until, even the National Weather Service says, until further notice. So make sure you have that free News 8000 First Warn weather app on your device to receive the latest information, especially if you lived in the flood-prone areas. Now, in terms of rain right now, nothing to talk about on the radar scan for now. Some of this is not being picked up on the ground. It is being picked up on the radar, but the rain chances will start to linger as we go into your evening and overnight hours. Here's 2 o'clock in the morning over towards La Crosse, over towards Sparta, seeing some heavy showers and thunderstorms. As we take a look at the 4 o'clock, that wave pushes its way out. We'll be left with cloudy skies. Then another round pushes its way through as we go into the morning and afternoon hours of your Thursday. So again, we don't need the precipitation, especially with all that flooding going on. So numbers for today, we made it to 47 after a morning start of 37. 61 and 40 is where we should be for this time of year. Eau Claire, good evening to you guys. You're at 41 degrees. Your feels like temperature is 32 with winds out of the east-southeast at 17 miles per hour. A little bit closer to home in La Crosse, 43 degrees. We have cloudy skies. It feels like 36 out there with winds out of the east at 15 miles per hour. So here's your setup. Just to the south of us, you see this warm front. This is going to push its way up and over into the Coulee region. You see this low pressure associated with it. That's going to be the dominating factor for that rain as we go into tomorrow. Back behind it is another cold front, and that's what's going to drop the temperatures as we go into the second half of the work week. Yeah, we'll see temperatures going up again, but they're only going to tank. And you can see the proof is right here as to what's going on. We see 70s and 80s from Omaha to St. Louis. We're not going to tap into the 70s. We will go back into the 60s, though, but then back behind that front is where we're seeing those temperatures in the 40s and 50s. So the first warn forecast for tonight, 43 degrees will be the overnight low. Thunderstorm chances will pick up overnight. Otherwise, it's going to stay cloudy and breezy with winds out of the east at 15 to 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, we got a 59 with thunderstorm chances by the noon hour. How about 63 by the 2 o'clock hour? Then upper 50s by the 4 o'clock hour, low 50s by 6, upper 40s, low 50s by the 8 o'clock time frame. That takes us into the next 8 days. Here we go. Like I said, we'll see a cool front push through. We'll go to 52 on Friday, 45 for Saturday. Not going to rule out a chance of a wintry mix Friday night going into Saturday. Sunday, we'll see partly cloudy skies with a high of 47. We go back into the 50s for Monday. We stay in the 50s for Wednesday going into next Thursday, but not so good news right now in terms of the rain chances, as the next 6 out of 8 days, we have them.
Yeah. All right. Eric Dean with the latest. Thanks very much,
You
man.
bet.
Still ahead tonight at 5, spring semester nearing its end, and students at Winona State are taking today to commemorate all the hard work accomplished.
Come explore and plan your next home improvement project at the Board Store Home Improvement's historic 8-building showroom, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Dr. Mehta knows pain.
Oftentimes, I see patients with pain in their knees, their hips, their back, and it's actually coming from their feet.
Her suggestion?
It's as easy as going into a Good Feet store.
Come in for your free arch support fitting.
Russell, what does this have to do with law?
Absolutely nothing.
Now's the time to save on outdoor furniture from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. From patio tables and chairs to sofas and sectionals and weather-resistant fabrics, they're all on sale. At Drury's, we have an eco-friendly mindset that is reflected in everything we sell. Whether traditional or contemporary in design, environmentally friendly materials are important to us. And you'll be choosing from quality brands like Homecrest and Brizesta, furniture that's designed to last. Best of all, it's all on sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for spring bonus offers at your Northland Ford dealers, where you can save big on a Ford truck to make it all happen. Start the season off right with 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $3,500 in total savings on Ford F-150 XLT. It's showtime. Now for a limited time only, get 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $3,500 in total savings on Ford F-150 XLT. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Gary knows golf.
You need to have good balance, good support.
Where to find that support?
2 words, the Good Feet Store. How many words is that?
Swing by for your free arch support fitting.
We're at the Ghosted premiere with Chris and Anna.
What's not to love about her? She's so good at everything she does.
Next, DT.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Winona State University students are celebrating their hard work at the 2023 Research and Creative Achievement Day. 165 students from 15 different departments presented their projects today, which ranged from independent studies to creative presentations. One professor says after 17 years, the research event has expanded beyond scientific projects. But one thing remains the same. This day helps college students with their communication skills.
Learning about research really involves not just doing the project and sharing it with other students, but also sharing it with the community and learning how to communicate these scientific findings with others who maybe don't know science well.
Both undergraduate and graduate students were able to present some projects today. Eric's got one more check of your forecast when we come back.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
Don't settle for overpriced, low-quality vinyl windows. Our StarMark composite window, available exclusively at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, is 2,000% more airtight, 40% more energy efficient, and 12 times stronger than vinyl windows.
And at a price less than what many companies charge for lower quality vinyl windows. Receive a free triple pane upgrade on select windows and 24 months interest-free financing.
Rise and shine. Today you start a new and exciting adventure. So step up and dream big. At the School District of La Crosse, let curiosity guide you, not fear of the unknown. Meet friends, learn and play. Embrace change. Discover hidden talents. And let loose your unbridled potential. Build a better future. Because here, anything is possible. The School District of La Crosse. Dream, believe, achieve.
My brother, the Wizard of Fire, has it easy. I'm the Wizard of Super Summer Savings at American Home Fireplace and Patio. Even the name's a lot of work. Abracadabra. Right now, save on in-stock telescope casual furniture. Alakazam! There's super savings on Perfect Choice patio furniture. Bibbidi bobbidi boo! Low prices on fire tables. In-store specials on gas fireplaces. Seam salad beans. In-stock pellet and gas grills have super savings too.
Fireplace, American Home Fireplace and Patio.
That was exhausting.
Hey golfers, don't miss the Golden Golf Deal at Drugan's Castle Mound. Get a full 7-day-a-week golf membership for only $500 for 2023. Limited $500 memberships are available, so visit the website at drugans.com to purchase this membership or call 526-4144 now before this great deal is done.
At Drugan's Country Club, yes, Drugan's.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
Coming up on News 8 Now at 6, the Coulee Region Humane Society needs the community's help. The Humane Society wants to add more space to give animals more immediate veterinary care. They've already raised 80% of the funding needed for the project, but they're asking the community to help with that remaining 20%. We'll have more on how you can help the effort coming up tonight at 6.
The next 8 days keeps rain chances in the forecast for the next 6 out of 8. We get a break Sunday and Thursday. We go into the 60s tomorrow, back into the 40s and 50s for the weekend.
All right, that's Eric Dean. I'm Ken Kozrowski. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 5, and we hope to see you again at 6.